but that's just as time consuming. Hey, excuse me. What was that about? I didn't do nothing to you. Bad. Oh yeah. You're now going up here as a warning to all others. Hello, anyone, everyone, and no one. Welcome back to another episode of Truly Bedrock. Now, previously on Truly Bedrock, we were working on the witch farm over yonder. Way over yonder. I'm pretty sure that's what we were working on previously. I could be wrong. My episodes could be out of order, and previously it could have been the failed recording of the fish farm. But today on Truly Bedrock, well, things are going to progress. Now, of course, we've got Fort de Slack down here, which, let's face it, is horrible. It's horrible. There's nothing fancy going on with Fort de Slack here. It's quite an abomination, to be fair. And I think today we need to get us an established starter base. I mean, don't get me wrong, we've got these nice little farms around here. We've got the sugarcane farm, we've got our manual crop farms, we've got the villager trays that Jade's been working on nonstop, and of course I've started setting up an entrance down to a mine down here. As you can see, I don't have cheaty zoom. Hold on, the cheaty zoom, resume. Yes, cheaty zoom. I've started working on an entrance to a mine. Now, I've yet to decide what my perma base is going to be this season. I don't know. I have no clue. I'm thinking one thing I want to do is do a flashback, a throwback to one of my earliest builds that I ever did in Minecraft, which was a giant pyramid. I mean, it's a classic, it's old school, and it's just nostalgic for me, okay? I built a giant, massive cobblestone pyramid many years ago, the first time I ever played Minecraft, and I kind of want to go back and do it again. And to be fair with all of you all, I am really obsessed with this desert area right now. So I'm thinking potentially, over here, we could do a pyramid. Now, I do want to do some stuff with this mutated savanna over here in due time, but I think we're going to hold off on that until we get more resources. But as I said, I think that's kind of what I want to do. I want to gather up the materials so that we can start building a starter base. It may not be a perma base, and who knows, I may not have one this season. But that being said, to gather up said materials, I am going to have to be using these beacons here. Now, I know, you may not have a clue where these beacons came from. If you don't watch the streams over at twitch.tv/SlackLizard, then you wouldn't know where the beacons have came from. Well, on stream day, Foxy and I got together. I think I was manipulated into a said project of killing some withers. Ow, that was my face. Kill him, Foxy! Get him! Get him! You got this! I got this! I got this! I got this! Yay! Get away!
With the glue.
Why? There's green there. That's weird. That's definitely weird. That's like a skin under a skin. Right. Anyways, let me get some beacons set up and let me gather some materials, and I will catch you all in just a few minutes. Well, a day of mining later, and now we have quite a bit of sandstone. And we're going to need this for, as I said earlier in the video, our starter base build. Now, of course, I've been smelting all of this down at this point in these two furnaces here. Jade keeps breaking my blast furnaces here because every time she makes new villagers, they link to those. But the problem with doing all of this over here is the fact that I am constantly unloading this area, and we need to get this stuff smelted down. So where can we get all this stuff smelted down? Where do we always have an account that is online? Well, if we go and hit the player menu right here, there's Mr. AFK Lizard, who's constantly AFKing at the witch farm over there. So if we just go grab ourselves a little bit of cobble here, make us a couple little cheeky furnaces here. We now have some furnaces, we have some chests, we have some hoppers, and let's throw, we don't need that little bit of wood on us. That should be just about enough. The only issue we're going to run into quickly here is fuel. I may have to break out a mining session just to get fuel, but let's head over there. Let's build a couple furnaces down in the storage room so that we can at least start Starting is the official word right now. I'm just saying. Start getting all of this smelted down. Alrighty, what I think we're going to do is we're going to come down here and we're going to knock out this. Really? Another one of these? Another one of those? Those things are getting so annoying. Well, thankfully, I have some more deep slate here. I don't know what is going on with those blocks, but either or, it doesn't matter at this point in time. What I think I want to do is break out our axe, which is not honest. That's a good job, Slack. Maybe we will just kind of, we'll knock out this area back here. We'll knock out this area back here, and we'll put a couple of the quick jack smelters down here. And yeah, that way we can get all this smelted down while we're off doing other things. Okay, so I think that will be enough room. I may have to take this back another block or two here, but we don't have the materials needed. We need more of the warped wood here. We need more oak. And of course, we need to start moving materials over. That is now in place. That is now in place, but I've ran into another serious problem. The last day of gathering up nothing but sandstone has left me with not much in the coal department. So we are going to definitely need to gather up some fuel. And of course, I haven't even brought sandstone over to this side yet because it's kind of irrelevant. Because yeah, we need a lot. We need a lot, and we need a lot of coal. Now, of course, I added in a fence gate here because I did have an instance or two while I was building this. Some mobs tried to wander their way down here and, you know, give my back a scratch, and I just didn't need that. So I think what's next on the agenda is to go ahead, go mining once again. Go mining. I need coal. It's a forever-ending thing. Mining, filling everything up. Let's go. Well, a couple hours of mining has taken place. Did a stream over on twitch.tv/SlackLizard and gathered up quite a few more resources. We now have all 8 of those furnaces over there cooking at full steam ahead. And if I take a check here somewhere, there it is here, we have some more materials to smelt down. So we're going to go ahead and grab all of this. We're going to break all of this down. Copper is not necessarily going to be used as a primary block in our upcoming build, but it could be a very nice accent block. I think it's relatively clear at this point in time that I really love copper. I might have a little bit of copper fever here. Now, if I did not mention earlier in the video or not, which I'm unsure of if I did, we're going to be building a pyramid. We're going to be building a pyramid, which is a throwback to one of the first things I ever did in Minecraft. Now, of course, I did a little bit of planning, and this pyramid is going to be 101 blocks this way, and it's going to be an additional 101 blocks this way. It's not going to be the most massive thing ever, but what I want is a place for general item storage. This is not necessarily going to be our base, but it is going to be storage. So I want to have room inside of this thing to have a completely automated storage system. Now, of course, in the meantime, while we're waiting for all the sandstone to smelt down, I'm going to gather up a few more materials that I think that I'm going to need for this build. And potentially some more clay as well, because I would like to take the road all the way up to the pyramid. Well, here we are. Here we are. Couple days later, gathering up tons upon tons upon tons of resources. I think we're finally ready to begin this. And I think I know what I want to do with this place. This place is going to turn into my storage depot, more or less. I need a place where, well, let's just say last season, I had no automation. I had no automation with none of my farms, or rather not my farms, but with my storage. It was all a bit on the manual side, and it was a bit painful, and I don't want to do that again. So I think this time we're going to have an automatic storage system, and it's going to be inside of this thing. So let's get the eye in the sky in here, and let's get the building, shall we? Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Well, as you've seen from that time lapse there, we got a big chunk of this pyramid done. A big chunk of this pyramid done. We got so much done, in fact, that, well, it's exteriorly, is that even a word? Via the outside. No, that doesn't work neither. The shell. There we go. The shell of this thing is done. Now, if we can take a peek right here, as you can see, I've done a little terraforming to the landscape around here, just so, you know, the pyramid is not floating in the air like it is over on, you know, this opposite side over here. Not saying I'm not finished yet, but we're definitely not finished yet. Definitely not finished with it. You know, 3 days have went into this now, and I wouldn't say 3 full days. I've probably spent a good 12 plus hours into building this thing so far, and I love how it's looking. Now, I do see a problem. Apparently, I didn't put that in the right spot. That needs to be over 1 to line that all up. Now, the inside of this thing, I have some plans for, but we're definitely not going to be getting to those today. I want to set up some entrances at each of the main intersections up there, and I kind of want to tie it all together with bridges all leading to a central support column down the middle, with maybe some supporting columns coming down from each of those there. Now, the whole idea of this place is literally, I just built this massive thing for nothing but bulk storage. I would not say this is going to be my base per se, but I mean, how do you define a base? How do you define a base in Minecraft? I think it might be where you store your stuff. So who knows? Who knows? But there's a lot more things that I want to get done to this, but sadly, we are not going to get to all of those today. But one thing I do want to do, here is I want to get the entrance ramp with the cyan terracotta and the deep slate all lined up with the front of this thing. I want to at least connect that up with this to get this all situated out, at least so they can be connected. I have plans for stuff that is going to be happening on the side, more detail to the pyramids, many more details. And yes, I just said pyramids. I have plans for others around here too. But as I said, this is not going to be my main base. But I am contemplating a question here. If we take a look up there at the top of the pyramid, should we cover the top of the pyramid in gold, or should we cover the top of the pyramid in copper? I'm really torn on this. I think it's going to be one or the other, and I'm really leaning towards copper since it's the new kid on the block at this moment. I'm really leaning that way. I don't know which we're going to do there, but we're eventually going to do something. So I would appreciate some feedback from you all on that. What do you all think? Gold or copper? But next on the list of things that we've got to get done here is we can never fly. We can never fly. 37 rockets later, 50 million mouse clicks later, we finally got in flight here. Yeah, let's see if we can get a grand entrance from there to there, all linked up. So I've been sitting here designing on the pathway here. Now, it's actually a rare moment where I'm getting the RTX at night and somebody hasn't slept, but I'm really liking how this is turning out. I'm not sold on the acacia up here though. It may have to get changed out for a deep slate variant. And I've started, at one point I was running these fences at the top too. But seeing as we have the wall patterns up there all in the pyramid, I figured we would continue them down here as well. Now, as for what's going to be the centerpiece in these aisles at this moment in time, I don't know. I genuinely don't know, but that's part of the fun of this build. I mean, I have a vague ideal of what I want to do with all of this. A vague one. But at the end of the day, it is very vague. And it could possibly change at any moment in time. Any moment in time. I like it. It feels a little bit on the dark side. It does feel... There's nothing else in the terrain yet. There's going to be other things to populate the terrain around here, and right now we don't have that. So maybe that's just what's throwing it off to me. Or maybe it's just the fact that I'm actually getting to see the game, this world, at night in RTX. I do like it, though. I do like it. I'm happy with it. So let's let's continue to go on with it and potentially even get the side situated out, because of right now, yeah, we're just floating here. You know, I'm pretty sure I said that I liked it. I'm pretty sure that I genuinely said that I liked it, and I didn't. It's all been tore back out. Every bit of it was tore back out, and we went with something a bit simpler. All we got now is a sandstone path just coming straight down out of the pyramid down here. Now, of course, I just noticed just a moment ago that there is a problem with these. If we look here, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, not 3. Not 3. Yeah, we've got to modify these. But overall, I'm really pleased with how this whole project has turned out. Now, of course, these statues out front here, some of you that have hung around in some of the Twitch streams may remember seeing something similar to this before. This is a throwback to something that happened on Unknown that a friend of mine, I'm pretty sure it was Teddy Legend, built, which I couldn't resist. I had to bring them back and throw them into this thing here. Now, I have no clue at this moment in time how we're going to tie this to that. And I'm not sure if I should have more of these up there closer to the pyramid or not. But at this moment in time, for this week, this project is done. I've got to do a ton of mining. I've got to get a ton of iron so that we can start designing the interior of this. And I need so much iron because this thing is going to be turned into just bulk item storage, like I said before. And I was going to save this to the next episode, but I kind of find it more interesting to throw it in as an Easter egg at the end of this episode. On the Witch Hut episode, I did a mining session, and I requested all of y'all to make your guesses down below on the number of blocks of iron, or not iron at that time, copper that we got from that mining session. And the feedback and the guesses from all of y'all is amazing. Just spectacular, and it's amazing. And those trees for the winners will be built at the beginning of the next episode. But as far as this episode goes, I did do several mining sessions over the last few days here. Now, of course, there's probably some stuff left in here, but this is trivial. But what is in this chest right here? This chest right here is what's going to be used for the next one. And this time, I don't want results for copper. I want results for iron. Now, you can feel free to actually guess this one in ingot form, because I have not compiled them all up into blocks yet. And of course, I might as well go ahead and say this and bring this up. This was from the Witch Hut episode. 4 stacks and 28. A few people overshot that. You're not going to count. A couple people, last time I checked the comments on this, got within 3 blocks of this. And I think there was a couple people who had the same exact guess, which is crazy. So, as I just said there, I did another mining session. All the results are in here. We will have another sign placed down because I'm sure it's going to be a couple of episodes out before we get to it. So make your guesses in how many iron ingots I got from my last mining session. And if you get the closest without going over, you will get a tree built on here with your name on it. But that right there is where I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this episode. I've put a lot of time into this one this week. I really, really do hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have enjoyed it, make sure to at least drop a like down below. It greatly helps the channel, and it is 100% appreciated. And if you want a chance at having your own tree, guess how many iron ingots we got from today's mining session. But all that being said, I think that right there is where I'm going to go ahead and call this an episode. So thanks for coming by. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to drop a like down below. If you would like to see more, please consider subscribing. And I will catch all of you all in the next one. Bye, everybody.